welcome to CRE8. This is a very, very, very exciting episode because I finally get to pick one of my favorite artists' brain. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Virginia Ayala, and my brand is De La Luna Designs.
De La Luna Designs, how wonderful. And what kind of art do you do?
So I'm a visual storyteller. Not a great writer, or I can't draw and things like that. So I take existing pieces and I bring them together and tell a story with them.
And you have quite a collection of different ways of displaying your art, right?
Yes.
Maybe we should actually just kind of jump in just so you guys understand like how incredibly honored I am right now to just sit here looking at your stuff.
So kind.
So please bring it all out. Let's see what you got.
So I do functional art. So I do stuff on jackets, on earrings. I do hats. And so, like, for example, like the images on here came from a dress, and so I take fabrics and I hand cut them and put them on all these pieces. I do earrings, I do handbags, all reused vintage pieces. It's a little luggage piece here. And so yeah, I redesign on different functional pieces of art that you can wear.
Amazing, unbelievable. I'm actually so honored to wear one of her wonderful earrings, and so are you. You're wearing yours.
Yes,
amazing.
We're both wearing lotuses.
Yes,
dedicated to my son.
To your son. Your son's name is Lotus.
Yes.
Yes. How amazing. Do you want to bring out the other one, because I'm just so incredibly just inspired just looking at this stuff. So this is an overall, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, must have.
So it's a mechanic jumpsuit, and the flowers actually came from a dress. The wolf pack here came from a fabric that I found, and I printed the moon. And so they're all hand cut, and then I do freehand cross stitching on them, and so that's the front there. And I love to do different styles. I don't dedicate myself to one specific style. I don't think style is a in thing. I think a style is a you thing.
Yes, I love that. I love that you just said that, because we are in an era where everybody's kind of having their own style. We don't have to commit to like the 70s, 80s.
Yes, right?
Yeah, that's
it's
very
a comeback
cool.
of everything.
Yes. And I love that you incorporate all the different kind of elements.
Yes.
Even here you have, if I may, oh my God, these hats are so incredible. You have prints that is going to be on this jacket, correct?
Yes. So I
mean, look at this jacket.
So the way I design usually is I don't get a jacket or anything like that. I start with a fabric. So usually a fabric, I pick up a fabric, and that inspires finding its home. Wow. So a lot of times I try to do it the other way, and it doesn't really work. So the fabric finds, so I work intuitively. I don't think ahead, like this is what I'm going to do, because if I try to do that, it doesn't really work.
Yes.
And so everything's always a feeling, and so how I feel that day has the big effect on like my outcome. Wow. Usually. Yes,
that's amazing. All my cats are coming out, and I'm worried that they're all let me just adjust this a little bit so we can, yes, there we go. I have a feeling they're all going to want to jump on your beautiful art. There it is. There's one of them. Say hi, Diego Rivera.
Hola, Diego.
Cool. So please tell us that some of your where you've been able to exhibit, where you've been able to kind of showcase your stuff, your kind of like your successes as an artist.
So I've been doing this for 13 years, and I mean, I've done a little bit of everything. My first few years, I got to travel and go to Boston, New York, and Texas, and different places in the United States, and sell my stuff. And I've done everything from farmers markets to craft shows to art shows. And but I think they're all different experiences that keep me creative, and I get so inspired by different people. And I got to meet you at a great show.
Yes.
So Hollywood Forever.
Hollywood Forever. We did the Day of the Dead, which is the biggest actually Day of the Dead event in all of America, which is really fun.
Yes, definitely.
Unbelievable. And if you don't mind, I always feel like this is the most inspiring and most juicy part. And I know these are very personal kind of moments where people feel almost like intimidated, because on Instagram everything has to look so perfect. So sometimes I feel like a lot of people feel like it's easy, and if it doesn't come easy to you, then maybe you should quit, right? Being an artist. Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with us what some of your obstacles have been encountering, you know, the fact that you got going solo and doing your art and really putting yourself out there.
Yeah, so you know, it's funny that you asked that question and have this piece here. So this piece was really inspired by kind of my mom, like as she immigrated here to this country, you know, and had to travel a long journey to get here to, you know, have a better life for us and our family. And I was born here, but you know, the mentality for my mom was, you have to go to school, and you have to get a degree, and you got to get a 9-to-5, right? Because that's what you got to do, because she didn't have that opportunity. But it was not my journey, you know. And so I tried, and school wasn't my thing at the time. And now I can say that I shouldn't say things are not my thing, because everything you go through is a learning experience. And that's how you are who you are.
Yes. And I feel like there are also stages.
Yes, absolutely. Right. And so, yes, I did not have that support from my family at the beginning, but I did. I had their support, but I didn't. Like, they didn't, okay, well, we're going to help you, but we're not there.
You better get there quick.
Yes, we're not there with you. But yes, but now they're very supportive.
Wow.
Yeah, they like fully believe in me.
Wow.
And, you know, and I started doing what I do, and I've evolved as well. And then I was at my top of my game, because I was wholesaling to companies, and I wasn't quite doing this. I was doing some other stuff, but similar to this, like the handbags and the luggages and luggage pieces and flasks and wallets and things like that, and selling to like stores in Canada and Spain. And then I got pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah. And so then I had to make a choice, you know. And at first I thought, oh, I'm Wonder Woman, I could do it all, you know. Right. And but I couldn't. I realized right after, there's no way. As much as I tried, he was like, you can't.
Of course.
And so then, so that was the struggle within myself of who I am as a hard worker, like very ambitious person, and then some little being saying, no, this is what you're doing now. And so have learned a lot from that, and I'm in a better place that he's 7. So it's much easier for me to be able to go to school, and I have my thing, and so he has his time and I have my time. Yeah.
So am I hearing this correctly, that before, where you were more catering to companies, now the fact that you have had a child, it kind of almost forced you into doing your own thing and really flourishing into your own.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's such a benefit.
Yes, and so I had a job that paid really well, and I left it because I wanted to do something that I loved. And I did something I loved, and then ended up back in the loop of doing stuff for companies and not fully loving what I loved. But then my child was gifted to me, and now he showed me how I do have something passionate, and I left my job for a reason, and so I'm back into the creative loop again.
Wow. And now in full bloom, just being really just
and just fully believing that just stay creative and staying unique, and that I don't have to conform with what I think or what anybody else says. I have to do to be successful.
And you said that even though you do work from home, which is wonderful, right? Because you are a mom, you actually do have a store in Echo Park where people can find your stuff.
Yeah, so I'm part of a 4-woman collective called Kaleidoscope Collective. And it's amazing, because we're a retail space where I can sell my stuff in a good location, and I have the support from 3 other strong, amazing, very inspiring women.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
You all kind of like hold each other's hand.
Yes,
and really,
absolutely.
That's so incredible.
Yes,
how wonderful.
yes.
And it's in Echo Park in Los Angeles.
It's called Kaleidoscope Collective, and our mission statement is reflect your beauty and creativity.
Wow.
And it always is like a bounce back always between us. Yeah.
Clearly.
And other people.
But you're not just in the store in Echo Park. No. I think people can also find you online, just in case anybody is not living in LA.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So you can
your website.
Yes. I have my website, Della Luna Designs, and then I do different events. I travel to Frisco, San Diego.
That is so wonderful. Thank God that you didn't decide to do the 9 to 5, right? And I always think that, like, you know, anybody out there who's been forced to go to school and do the whole 9 to 5, like, if you don't really follow your passion, then the whole world would miss out on your talent. Yeah. Like, if you stuck with that, then this wouldn't exist, and then we wouldn't know, you know. It's just kind of like, it's so important that we really, really, like, and I know it takes a lot of courage to go in there and be like, you know, do I really have the guts to follow my heart? It takes a lot of courage, and it's so rewarding for everybody around you, right? Because like, I look at your stuff, and as you can see, I'm all about colors. Yes, like the brighter, the better. So this is just kind of like, you know, how do I buy everything that you own? And sometimes I wonder, like, how do you even get rid of it? Because if I were to make this, I probably wouldn't sell anything because I would just want to hold on.
I just don't try my stuff on.
Yes.
Once I try it on, it's over.
Yeah,
it's mine.
That's probably really smart. That's amazing. So I know that we have so many things that you brought, and I would love for you to kind of like show more. And I think you have a new collection that you're working on.
Yeah, so I do a lot of jackets, and you know, we live in Southern California, it's hot, and so I like to do some lighter stuff. So I'm working on a Hawaiian shirt collection, but I'm also, I love, like, so I'm working on, so this was actually one of those dresses, you know, that, so this is actually in the process, so you're seeing it before it's done, okay? Yes. So
these are like these African inspired dresses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're flowy ones.
Yeah, and I mean, I love them, and I love anything that flows, and I put it on top of something, like, I love wearing something basic with something really unique, and or you could wear something out there and something unique, you know, and it's open to anybody. So
you split it up?
I split it up.
Amazing.
And so it's going to be,
what a great idea,
like a little flowy jacket. And then this right here, so this is in the process, has not been sewn.
So this is an add-on for everybody who doesn't really get the picture. There's an add-on lotus flower, gigantic lotus flower in the back.
Yes, and so this one came from a skirt. And so, and you know what, I've had this skirt for the longest in my shop and in my studio, and it always comes out, and then it's like no,
I see.
And it gets put away, you know, because everything's feeling for me,
right? And
so it's either how I feel or it's meant to be to that piece. And so so it found its home, and so I'm probably gonna add hummingbirds or butterflies. And then something in the front as well, and then I gotta do some stitching. So
I can't wait to see the end of this, because there's already, like, this is just so impressive.
Yeah. So the idea is I'm gonna do a collection of these guys, and
very cool. That is so. And like you were saying to me earlier, that you're really struggling with the fact that you only make these one unique kind of pieces. So whenever you put them online, it gets sold, and then it's just kind of like this ongoing struggle of putting it up and then actually just having one. Yeah. So for everybody out there, when you go on that shop, just know that.
And that's what will happen. Somebody will hit me up like, I want that one, and most likely probably already sold. Right. And then I'm like, but I have more. Like, I have a lot of unique stuff.
How many things do you have? Like, do you have just a whole house?
So I have a 2-car garage. That's my studio, my studio, and I have a total of 7 racks of collected jackets.
Wow.
Everything from blazers to jean jackets, 70s, 80s, 90s. I mix it up, you know, and I can never stick to one genre. It's just, I love catering to different sizes. I love to have different sizes. And I love different colors, and I have from basics to very like kooky colors, you know, like this one here is like Oh, it's so beautiful. And so actually I found it and it had a hole right here.
Oh,
and so
no
I love finding things.
Let me put it a little closer,
yeah,
so you can actually see how incredibly beautiful this blouse is. Oh my
so
god.
lace working, very pretty. And so this you could take to the office but be unique, you know, and or just wear it with some jeans. Like it doesn't matter. You can wear it wherever you want, you know.
Absolutely.
And so and I'll find stuff that has maybe even stains, and then I cover the stains, you know. And this one's like, so this one's in the process, not been sewn yet, and so it has all these like really beautiful roses, and it's very like pink, glittery.
My god, how beautiful!
Yeah, so I just
you were telling me earlier that you find pieces from different places, like skirts and stuff like that, and then you print some sort of like an image that you really love.
Yeah, so it depends. So there's fabrics that I find, so I'll go to a fabric store, or then I find recycled fabrics, which is absolutely my favorite, because once it's done, I will never be able to create it again. And then fabrics I print myself.
How do you find your jackets?
I love thrift stores.
You just go to the thrift store and whatever speaks to you.
Oh
just
yeah,
pick it
it's
up.
the best way to
but it's
take
so
out the
energy.
No, but I love the process.
Yeah, you do.
Yes,
because that takes patience.
Yes,
because
I have my spots though, and I can't share those.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Yes,
please don't. Plus, you wouldn't want to buy it without your art anyway.
Yeah. So this is another guy, you know, like I just love different pieces. They're just, and I mean,
oh my god, this is like is this linen? That's some sort of
yeah. So this is a fabric, you know, this is like I brought it so like you can see the process. So this is like a piece that I had left over, and I think I've had this one in studio for maybe like cool 5 years, and it literally, this is the last piece of that fabric that I had. And so it's gonna go on here, and I'm gonna add some other flowers or something. I'm not sure yet, but
wow.
And you know, sometimes it ends up on here, and then it doesn't end up at the end.
I see.
And that's just part of the process. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Unbelievably incredible.
And then I have this other one here. This one's fun, and it's like
how incredible! Look at that.
Yeah, that's my son. That's my son right there coming out, and
I love it. There's a dinosaur.
I
hope you really can see that, but that's just so incredibly wonderful. We tried to layer it all on the mannequin, and then I was worried that it was just going to be too much. Yeah. And we showed the Selena that we showed.
And I love. I do really Frida, Selena, Prince, and I'm very, you know, I'm Latina, and so you know, sharing my Latina culture out as well is very, very important.
And you were also telling me that you know, these jackets do kind of, you kind of feel like Selena would have wore something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it kind of represents her style and everything.
Yes, definitely.
That is so amazing. How incredible. Thank you so much. I hope we showed these. Did we show these?
No, I don't think we did.
Oh my God. Guys, I mean, what? Like, how do you not have to have everything in? Like, if I would come to your house, it'd probably be over. I'd probably move in.
Yeah, my studio's fun.
Yeah, I bet. That's incredible. And are you a one-woman show? Are you doing it all by yourself?
Well, no. You know, I mean, I do all the designing by myself, but I absolutely have help. You know, and I have a friend of mine, Monica. She works with me, and she's younger, so she's you know, Instagram and all that website stuff. Yes. I mean, I love it, but I don't love it.
It's very time consuming as well. It kind of, if you can focus your energy on one thing, I think it's probably much quicker.
Yeah, and I'm a mom, you know, so I have to balance that. And you know, she's out and about. She knows all these people, and so she's like the hookup to all these
what a benefit.
Young line, you know. And I always think, you know, it's so good to tap into the youth because I'm always inspired by her, you know. And then I've worked with other people that help me cut and sew, but mainly I do all that now, but here and there.
Amazing. And then just for everybody who's worried that they're not going to be able to buy any of your pieces, I just want to say like how affordable
I am.
They really are. Yeah, it's just incredible. Like every time I actually go to your website and I look at the price, I'm just kind of like, I mean, that's really affordable. So I just like, it's just incredible. I want to thank you for making it accessible to the poor people.
Well, I'm just, you know, I grew up a certain way,
Right.
and so at the same time, I'm working on valuing myself.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So I have, you know, I'm working on certain things, on lifting on my price on certain things.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like that piece I worked on longer, or there was some, you know, but I'm not an outrageous number. No.
You really
because I
not.
want to afford my own stuff as well.
Of course, but I do have to say there's something to be said about valuing yourself.
Yes.
And I think as an
and
artist,
that's what I'm working on.
yes, that is so hard to do.
Yes.
Because, you know, you do put in your whole love and your art and your mind and like just everything about you, right?
Yeah.
And you spent quite a good amount of time on it.
Yes.
And then you don't just want to give it away, but you also want people to actually be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I think finding that kind of middle ground takes a lot of research, like internal research a little bit. I think. Yeah.
But you know, but when there's somebody that comes along as well that appreciates your art, there's something that has value too.
Yes.
I don't know. I've had people that purchase my stuff and, you know, just see me in it and appreciate it greatly. Yeah. And so, you know, sometimes I give discounts, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So because to me that's value, because that's why I do what I do, right? Because it makes me feel good. So it makes somebody else feel good.
Yes.
You just completed the mission, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know that's a huge gratification.
Yeah.
When people love what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm your number one fan. Really.
Oh,
I really was so inspired by all your stuff all the time. I'm looking at the time and it's 20 minutes and I'm wondering if we should maybe one question. You want to do one kind of like just improv kind of just picking your brain a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. A ver. What do you imagine your future like?
Sold out at all times.
Yes, sold out at all times. I would like a team in my studio. Absolutely. I would like to travel more. I just keep on the mission of being creative. Yes. And just knowing full forth that it's there. Yeah. That it will all come to me. Yes. You know? And just, you know, financially stable, I think always. Yes. You know, I just want to be stable and not worry. That's all. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. That's wonderful. And I think that's kind of like the worry of every artist. Yes. Am I able to really financially be free, right? And I think that's, every artist wants that, right? Yeah. That's kind of like, that's why a lot of people give up halfway, because they're like, I just can't do the struggle anymore. But the struggle is real and it's not always fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I see that for you. Let's just put that out there.
Yes.
That you're going to have a full studio with workers who are going to help you out.
Yes.
The whole world is just going to be saturated with your incredibly great
I want to
art.
see my stuff on the runway.
Yeah.
Like some runway. Well, I'm on the works right now. I am talking to somebody right now. So hopefully, yes.
Wow, that's incredible.
And be able to push myself to another level as well, right? Because you always want to constantly be pushed to another level. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see you in Milan soon.
Yes. That's why I'm going to go to Spain to go visit you when you go for a show.
Yes, there you go. In autumn, I'll have one.
Yes, awesome.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. And actually, for the viewers, I think you are willing to give some sort of a little, maybe discount.
Yeah. All right. So let's do, for the next 7 days after this airs, let's do a... you can put up the code, right? Yeah. After our words. Yeah. So let's do 20% off for the next 7 days.
What? 20% off the 7 days. So anybody, I'm gonna be the first one taking advantage of that for sure. That's incredible. Thank you so much, Virginia, for coming out. I love you so much.
Thank you.
I can't wait to do more of this with you, and I hope you're gonna come back to our show and bring us more and more incredible just news of where you're gonna be and what you're gonna do next. Thank you so much for coming out on a what is this, a Friday afternoon? Super traffic. Yes. You're the best. I'm going to give you a hug.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. I'm going to turn this off. Yay.
Bye.